Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy IV. And since last time I cut out like 3 seconds where she lays in bed and then finally wakes up. Oh well. Anyway, Cecil is still heartbroken over the fact of what he's done and wants to protect her as kind of penance, I guess. And the girl, still half unconscious, doesn't want anything to do with him. So he goes to sleep. Why not? And, well, he tries to go to sleep. Eventually, there we go, Baron music. And Cecil gets up and approaches a random general, I guess. King of Baron is what? He's going to forgive my treachery, huh? Yeah, that seems a little far-fetched. She's what, 6? Then again, it worked for Aiko in Final Fantasy 9, but that's a later game. Okay. Yeah. I think Cecil's got more wits than to allow someone to kill a child. Very nice, Cecil. And we get, I guess it's a boss. Basically, in this battle, you want to take out 2 of the soldiers. Not all 3. You want to take out 2. If you take out all 3, the general runs away. And the general gives some pretty good experience, so I want to take advantage of that. So if you take out 2 of them, and then go after the general, even though he's in the back row, you will be able to kill him and he won't run away. Unfortunately, I don't do a lot of damage, so it's just going to be me attacking over and over again. So if it gets boring, I'll cut it out, which I probably will. And there, he finally falls. And apparently the soldiers get confused when the general's not there to issue them orders, and he killed himself. Go figure. This game's full of stupid enemies, apparently. And that's just the least of it. Eventually, and it's not really a bad thing or a flaw in the game, but status effects actually work in this game, and they're useful. Most Final Fantasy games, and most games in general, any enemies that you care to use status effects on are immune to them, making status effects completely pointless. In this game, they actually do quite a bit, so I'm going to be using a pretty good bestiary for this. Anyway, and she's finally apt to speak to him. And we get Rydia's theme, or Rydia's theme, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I'll probably go back and forth. Anyway, we get the summoner Rydia. And go to sleep. And once we wake up, we have kind of a standard, everybody goes to there, and this is automatically controlled, and we're all set. However, this is the start of the game, so what are we going to do next? We're going to get a level 1 character that can't do anything. No magic spells except the Chocobo summon, which she can barely use. No spells, no HP, nothing. So yeah, I'm going to explore the town now, but I'm also going to go off screen and do a little bit of grinding to get her up to like level 8 or 9 so that she can actually stay alive when I do finally proceed with the story. Anyway, here we can buy some stuff. I'm going to buy a few maiden kisses because there's an enemy that can inflict toad on you. That should be good. I don't think I'll need any more than that. Well, let's organize those. Oh boy. My whole inventory is a great big mess right now. 5 should do. And this is Kane's gear from before. I'm just going to go and sell that whenever I happen to get to another shop, since I already finished my business at that one. Anyway, And yes, we need ID. Okay, sure, why not? And can I get any items around here? Oh, so they don't get a lot of customers. It is an oasis. You'd think it would be the hub of anything that was happening in this desert. And research at Fabul, a town to the east. There's a strange guy in the underwater channel that won't let you pass. Well, if we try to go there right now, we couldn't pass either. We have to enter one more story sequence before we can do that. Only the royal family can enter the Antlion Cave to the east of Damsine, which is to the north of this area. You really pep up business. All those gems. Well, what kind of gems? Well, we'll learn about that in the next few minutes. They don't try to give you a lot of information that's going to be far away, or in terms of, you know, storyline time. Here, haven't really gone over this. This is a naming way, and he can change your name. They have these guys all over the place. There's not a lot to worry about. I do want to pick up one leather hat for a party member we'll get later. Man, nothing in there. Rydia, despite her low level, actually comes with all the gear you'll need for her at this point in the game. You can't buy anything better. Alright, underwater channel. 8 ferocious sea snakes guard the exit. Oh, I wonder if we'll run into that, too. And this is the Oasis town. We already knew that. There's a weapon shop, but there's not really anything we can buy in here that would benefit us. You know, she already has a rod. Staff isn't going to do any good for her. Bow and arrows aren't going to do a lot more damage. And unfortunately, in this version of the game, the arrows are consumable. So you have to buy like 100 arrows so that you can do anything. Voice of an angel, huh? Alright. Girl from Baron collapsed. Calling out Cecil's name? Ah, it's Rosa. Poor Rosa. What's happened to you? I just got here. I'm not going to go anywhere. Oh, wait. I can't do anything, so I guess I have to leave you. In order to cure the desert fever, which apparently she's been afflicted with, you need the Light of the Desert, which is a gem found in the Antlion's lair, which, as we found out earlier, can only be accessed by the royal family of Damsine. Anyway, what do you have to say? Put her in the back row, which is something I already did with the form command. And the way that this game works in terms of rows is you hit change, and now this row, or this slot, and this slot are in the back row, and these two are in the front. If you hit change again, then the middle one is in the front, and so is the top and the bottom, and these two are in the back. So I'm going to leave Rydia in the back so she doesn't take too much damage. But anyway, I just met my old girlfriend and she's sick in bed, so what am I going to do next? Monsters lurking in the channel. Synchronized dance. Oh, I'm going to go and talk to another dancer. Yay! The hell with Rosa. I got dancers. Who needs her? Like I said, they have these all over the game, or all over, yeah, this game. There's just a lot of dancers everywhere. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to battle around. I suggest at this point using Cecil's Dark Attack a lot. I'll show off a couple battles with her. You're going to want to try and keep Rydia alive as much as possible. There's a limited number of places you can actually go right now. If you notice here, there's some rocks here, some shoals. You can't do anything with that yet. Anyway, we've already seen these guys, but if you use the Dark Wave attack, you can take them all out. And that gives Rydia enough experience to learn both Ice and the Cure spell, which is very useful. Now she can heal a little bit. And another interesting battle. The thing with Rydia is her rod doesn't do a lot of damage, but if you go into the item menu, hit up, and select the rod as an item, it, I guess, throws it, and then she retrieves it later, but it does significantly more damage. Her normal attack does about 5 damage at this point. It's really, really weak. And she learns Sight, which just kind of blows up the world map so you can see around a little better. And the same guys again. So yeah, if you're going to use Rydia to attack to take out something that, in this case, wasn't killed by Cecil's Dark Attack, you can do that instead of using her normal attack, which also has better accuracy than her normal attack, because as a mage, her physical attack actually not so great. Anyway, I'm going to level her up a little bit more, and always, if you need to, go back to the inn to restore HP and MP, and I will see you momentarily. Ooh, a first strike, look at that. Ah! Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Oh well. Finish him! Okay, I'm back, and I managed to get her up to level 8, and in doing so she learned some spells. She learned the Cure spell, which is obvious, the Sight spell, which I might as well show that off right now. It just blows up the map so you can find out where you need to go. It's almost never very useful, but it's there. Oops, no, you can't use magic, that's not what I want. Hold is like kind of like a paralysis type spell. Not particularly useful at this point, but later on it has a couple of uses. The Sleep spell, and Ice and Bolt. And she also has the Chocobo summon, so that'll be useful a couple of times. Not too much, but a little bit. Anyway, now we can move on, and in order to move on, we need to head up to the, what's this, the northwest? Northeast? Northeast, into this cave here, the underground channel. If we head up this way, we get some treasure, a potion, and a maiden kiss. And what do we have here? We have some new enemies. This is where Rydia really starts to shine. And if you select over to the left when targeting enemies, and if you're back attack, you'll obviously have to target to the right, you can multi-target her spells. And all these guys are weak to Bolt. Not too much to worry about. They die. But making use... Oh, leveled up again. Nice. Making use of elemental weaknesses is really important in this game. And the same enemies again. Since I was talking halfway through the start of this, I might as well just finish it. Yeah, Rydia takes a little while to get her spells up and running, but once she does, she takes out a lot of enemies a lot easier than Cecil can. For now. Anyway, onward to the left here. And there's that old man that was mentioned earlier, or who was mentioned earlier. And we get a tent. That's nice. And we get Gigantoads, or Gigantoads, something like that. Anyway, toads in this game are weak to ice. So we want to cast the ice spell on them. I think that's the same for pretty much all toads. Pretty sure. Anyway, some more experience. Yay! And up here we get to talk to the old man. Wield a dark sword. Oh, he needs help. What is your problem? Tricked by a bard. Bards aren't usually all that deadly in these games, are they? Great evil. The Sage Tella. Yeah, and in other translations, his name ends with an H. A-H. I guess they ran out of space in this translation, couldn't put the other character in. Powerful monster up in the lake. And he cannot beat it on his own, which is quite true. He's quite weak at this point. Not quite as weak as Rydia, but then again, he is a sage. Ah. Quite gifted. I wonder if that means that she'll get better than you someday. Oh, we're gonna stand a chance, huh? Let's go to Damsign. And we get Sage Tella. And the first thing you want to do with Sage Tella is equip him with, where is it? That leather hat. And we'll get some gauntlets for him relatively soon. He has the staff, which if you use that as an item, of course you want him in the back row, if you use that as an item, it casts the Asuna spell, which is quite nice at this point. It's a free Asuna spell. In some translations it's called the heal spell. Here's another thing you can do with magic that I haven't really gone over. He's got some spells here. That's always nice. But you can actually select a spell and rearrange them. So I'm just going to rearrange everything the way I prefer to have it all set up. But you don't have to do any of this. It's entirely up to you. The Confuse spell casts Confuse. The Blink spell actually gives you a guaranteed evasion, if I remember right. Yeah, I believe it just gives you like one guaranteed hit where a physical attack will miss you. It cannot be multi-targeted, so that douses some of the use of it at this point, and it's not really necessary. As you can see, the Asuna spell costs 20 MP, so having a free one with his staff is quite useful. And so yeah, Oz Stop does what you think it does. It stops the enemy. Osmos is a leeching spell like it is in any other Final Fantasy game. Yeah. So anyway, that's all the time I have for this episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy IV. Next time we will continue onward to Damsign and I guess run into a boss along the way that the Sage could not tackle. Anyway, see you guys next time.